I'm here with Andy Tate. We're outside Old Trafford, Manchester United 2, Reading 0. Andy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made it 5 wins out of 5.
Yeah, last 2 clean sheets as well. It's all happy days, isn't it? That's all we want is a smile. We all got a smile now, haven't we?
Have you?
Yeah, we're all happy. That's all we want.
What is what we want?
Playing the football the Man United way, and that's all we're doing. Promoting the youngsters, attacking. Got to a point where even I considered stop going. I just carried on getting on with my life. Then everything's moved on, and we moved.
The mood's changed, hasn't it?
Oh, there's happy. There was a big cloud over the club. Like you say, I've read it even affected the tea lady. You know what I mean? So yeah, biscuits must have been off or something. But but it's happy. All we want to do is be entertained, and we pay good money to be entertained, and that's what this club's about.
Now today it wasn't vintage, it wasn't amazing. We should really be beating Reading a little bit better, but considering the changes that we made, the kind of Chung coming in, Andreas Pereira, McTominay, can you accept that kind of performance?
Oh yeah, it was refreshing, very refreshing. Alexis Sanchez's pass for Lukaku, it was so slick, and I just hope he hasn't picked up an injury, because we're going to need him next week, and next Sunday's going to be the big test.
Do you think we will need him next week? Because you look at their team today, considering the performances that we've seen before, do you think Lukaku and Alexis should be starting at the moment?
It's all about rotation, isn't it? So we've had the flyer last 5 games, and now the serious stuff starts. We were 11 points clear before that Cardiff game, weren't we? 11 points behind, sorry. And now we're like 6 points behind from 4th, and maybe a good FA Cup run. Who knows? If we get past PSG, who knows where we could go in that. But
could the Cups be something that keeps Ole in a job? Can you see a scenario where Ole ends up in the job permanently?
It's 20 years since what we did last 20 years ago, so who knows?
Are you saying it's meant to be, Andy?
Could be meant to be. Could be meant to be. You win something and you get the biggest job on the planet.
Here with Adam, we're outside Old Trafford, 2-0, Reading, comfortable victory, but it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't. I thought Pereira had a pretty bad game. I thought McTominay had a pretty bad game. Lukaku had a pretty bad game. We just didn't seem comfortable at all until we got the penalty, obviously. I don't understand why he took Mata off. I thought Mata was one of the better players until he got took off. Wasn't too happy to see Fellaini coming on, to be honest.
But talking about Fellaini, it was interesting you started McTominay, Pereira and Fred today, and Fellaini didn't even get a start with the players that were rested. Do you think that shows where he kind of lies now, where his future lies at United?
I hope he doesn't have a future at United, to be honest. I would have rather seen Fred playing that more holding field. I'd Mata playing in the middle of the park, and then start with Chong. Why not? We got no right wingers at the club. We saw it like first half. Mata is just coming in, sitting in the middle behind Lukaku. Lukaku looked tired after like 10 minutes as well.
Fred's a lot of money.
No.
He's now not got the the Mourinho factor playing a part. He's got a fresh start. How do you think he's done with that, and what do you want to see from him in the future?
I think he needs to get a run of games. He needs time, He's come over from Shakhtar, didn't he? Like, he needs time to progress and get comfortable in a position and know what he's doing. But I think once we get the width, like Newcastle, was it 80% down the left-hand side and 12% down the middle and then nothing down the right? He needs to be able to spread it. We saw how congested we were throughout the first half and the beginning of the second half until Chong came on. I think Rashford has to start against Tottenham. I think Martial has to start against Tottenham. And maybe give Sanchez the chance on that right. I don't want to see Lukaku starting against Tottenham.
It pains me to say the back three of Darmian, Jones and Ashley Young, as much I hate to say it, they actually played really well, which is...
You hate to say that?
I hate to say it because of the fact that those are 3 players that we saw been outing. Darmian, to go back to Italy, hasn't really performed. Ashley Young, people think he's past it like Valencia. And Jones, a bit like Chris Moore in Dumb and Dumber. I was disappointed with the midfield a little bit, purely because of the fact that I thought McTominay was slow. I thought Fred was awful. And
we got
Sanchez, Pogba, and Fred. Man United is back, bread.
We tried to get through a fan cam at Newcastle. Keep going.
I thought Pereira played well. I thought his creativity is good. I don't know why he's not getting in the squad more often. But I thought McTominay was pretty poor in terms of his movement. We know he's a bit sluggish. Fred, I thought, unfortunately, was pretty poor. He got taken off again. Dallo, solid.
I know, what have you... £52 million. Jose's now gone.
Yeah.
So that part of it's gone.
That
He's
part
got a
is gone.
fresh start.
Yeah.
There hasn't... Today he wasn't great, but...
No. I mean, Solskjaer pulled him off again, along with Dallo, 53 minutes in the previous game. And he's just not kicked on. Mourinho gave the excuse he's not defensive enough, but you see he's always taking one too many touches, whether it's because he's from the Ukrainian league, I don't know. But Sanchez unfortunately picked up a niggle at the end. So he looks like he's going to be out for another 2 weeks, which is annoying because he needs to get a run of games. And the last point, Lukaku, I mean, although he scored a goal, he
took his goal well.
He did take his goal well, took around the keeper, fair enough, and he was unselfish to give the penalty to Mata, which I thought was...
Where would you put him in the pecking order? I feel like you don't think he should be starting.
No, I don't. I think Marcus Rashford is phenomenal. I think under Solskjaer, he's been brilliant. You see he's got that fight back. He's running after balls, even in the last minute. I'd put Lukaku behind him as a sort of backup, more fit. I'd say more physical, but Marcus Rashford's been more physical now. I mean, Lukaku's not winning balls in the end. He's 6'5". So I think the one positive we take from the game is not only a clean sheet, but Tate Chong. I thought coming on in the first 2 minutes, he ran at the defence. Yeah, he made one or two mistakes here or there, but he caught up with it, and his pace looks brilliant. So he's one for the future, definitely, and maybe for the right wing spot down the line. We never know. But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Zayan, we're through in the cup. How you feeling?
Yeah, I thought it was an okay performance. We got 2 good goals. A few players got a debut, so Tate Strong was did very well, but Pereira tried too hard. Just needs to relax sometimes.
Frustrating. I love Pereira, I do. And I was really disappointed with him today. Were you?
Yeah, I thought he was good at times, but he's just trying to take that extra touch every time. But
who did impress you today? Anybody?
I thought that Lukaku was a lot better when he's on the break, because usually he just hold it up, but then he was trying to go forward, and as well Tate Chong trying to run at plays, not scared. Same as Juan Mata.
Ryan, 2-0 today, through in the cup, 5 wins out of 5 for Ali. How are you feeling?
It's good. I think performance was a bit lacking today. I don't think we played as well as we could have done, but 2-0 and a clean sheet, we'll take that.
It's the kind of performances we come to take for granted at Old Trafford, isn't it? 2-0, maybe not playing great, but we've won comfortably.
Yeah, the FA Cup's not an easy cup competition, is it? You can't... All lower league sides, they're going to give it a really good go against any big side, including us. So they played quite well at times, to be fair to them, Reading, and that's what you got to do in FA Cup. The little teams are not going to... roll over for you. No, they're not.
Who stood out for you today out of the fringe players? We saw the likes of McTominay, Pereira, Chong even got a chance from the bench. Who stood out for you today?
Chong looked lively when he come on. Shame he couldn't get his goal. I was impressed with McTominay. McTominay had a good second half. Pereira, I think, took too many touches on ball.
I don't think McTominay or Pereira are great personally, but I was more disappointed in Pereira because I feel like he's got so much more to give.
Yeah, I've always liked Pereira. I think he's a good, promising young player. Glad that Chong got a good chance when he come on. And Jones, I thought, had a bit poor game today. Darmian did all right at centre-half for a full-back.
Coming out like Maldini at some point.
It's a bit of a comparison.
Just a bit of a stretch. That front three, we had Alexis, Lukaku at some point. Obviously, Alexis set up Lukaku, but would you start either next week against Spurs?
Sanchez probably needs a bit more fitness. Lukaku, I think he's doing good as an impact sub. Mata, he scored a pen, but he was a bit quiet today. I think if Sanchez gets a good run of games, maybe we'll see the best of him like we did at Arsenal and Barcelona.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
They're second from bottom of the Championship. We're near the top in the Premier League. But we should be winning.
Near the top's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I know. But we should be beating these 4-5-0.
We should.
But we played well, I think.
And we did rest a lot of players as well.
We did. We did 8 changes, and I think it's still a good result.
Who was your man of the match today?
Sergio Morero.
Why?
Because I think he actually kept United in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best number 2 in the world, eh?
Eh.
He's not sure about that. Cheers, man.